And now give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.
Господин председатель.
Thank you, Mr. President. Russia is one of the leading maritime powers and attaches special attention to the development and improvement of international cooperation on matters relating to the world's oceans on the solid basis of the 1982 Convention on the Law of the Sea. We thank the Secretary-General for his comprehensive report. We are satisfied with the outcome of the consultative process on the draft resolutions before us. The omnibus resolution on oceans and the law of the sea stressed the universal and unified nature of the Convention, which is strategically important as a foundation for national, regional and global action and cooperation on the ocean. We note in particular its integrity. We think it's extremely important to ensure that that foundation remains solid and untouched. We continue to call for even greater application of the legal instruments adopted on the basis of the Convention on the Law of the Sea and the work done by the relevant bodies. Any attempts to revise the powers of those bodies, which could weaken the mechanism or destroy the harmonious international cooperation that exists, are, we believe, counterproductive. We were pleased at the interaction under the 1995 Agreement on Straddling Fish Stocks and the network of regional fisheries organizations. Practice shows that it can be applied effectively, and it is indeed a reliable tool for regulating fishing beyond national jurisdiction, taking account of the interests of a sustainable fishing industry and conservation of the marine environment. Mr. President, we would like to note the role of such bodies as the International Tribunal on the Law of the Sea, the Commission on the Limits of the Continental Shelf, and the International Seabed Authority. They continue to carry out the functions allocated to them quite effectively, and Russia traditionally is very involved in the work of the Tribunal and Commission. We pay special attention to matters relating to the conservation and sustainable use of marine biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction. The outcome of the third session of the Intergovernmental Conference on this last August shows that delegations still stand by their divergent positions on a number of key issues. The draft prepared by the chair of the conference contains a broad range of options reflecting the different views of the participants. We appeal to delegations to continue taking a balanced and gradual approach. We believe it's necessary to focus on having a good quality outcome, which would enable us to achieve a consensus solution. Now, Mr. President, could I respond to what was made by the Ukraine, which was of pure propaganda value and has nothing to do with the issues before us now? We do not intend to comment on any matters before a judicial body. This does not relate to the agenda item before us, and we do not appreciate the insinuations would. We would tell our Ukrainian colleague that the Crimea Peninsula is part of Russia, and they decided to join us freely in accordance with the right of peoples to self-determination. As a coastal state, Russia has sovereignty and enjoys sovereign rights and carries out jurisdiction over the in accordance with international law. We comply with our international obligations vis-à-vis the ocean and sea. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
I thank the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation and